Alrighty, good evening ladies and gentlemen, this is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters. This time we have an awesome PvP game for you, so let's go ahead and start checking out the players. Down at the bottom left side of the map, it is going to be Mr. MaNa. He is 20 years of age, from Poland, plays for Team Liquid, and his opponent up in the top right hand side of the map is going to be Mr. BlinG. He is 22 years of age, from the United Kingdom, plays for Team Dignitas, which always sounds like I pronounce it wrong, even though there's only one way of pronouncing it, Team Dignitas. But I think Team Dignitas is probably the way to say it. I don't know. It could be different, but who knows. So anyway, that's it. Two Protoss players are going to be having a crack at each other. And yeah, it should be awesome. So we got on an absolutely massive map. So nobody's going to be doing anything crazy on this map. And what have we got going on? It looks like BlinG is doing everything a little bit faster, but no, it's not. It's just a little bit late. So BlinG got the Nexus down faster, but MaNa got the Twilight Council down faster. And he hasn't got anything else special going around, I don't think, no. So it's interesting because it's a little bit faster on the Twilight Council, but not that much faster. You see the BlinG's only a little bit further ahead, tiny bit, but still BlinG managed to get that Nexus out quite a bit faster. So I'm wondering what MaNa has done that BlinG hasn't, and I'm having a bit of trouble finding it at the moment. We do have the Robo facility coming out, which BlinG definitely doesn't have, so he's going to be a bit behind on getting the Immortals out, but he's going to be ahead on the workers. You can see 4 workers ahead already, and that's going to push out maybe 1 or 2 more while MaNa is getting this up. So there we go, it's out now, and they are both up to 2 bases. So it does look like it's going to be a nice long game here for this one. Actually shot forward to like the 4.5 minute mark before it's starting, because I like Protoss versus Protoss on this map. Nothing's going to happen for the longest time. I probably could have gone even further, but yeah, let's see how it goes. A couple of Stalkers, couple of Sentries, not all that much happening. We do have BlinG just about to finish for both players. The interesting thing, and BlinG actually preempted me here, but the interesting thing is the upgrade timing. Who's going to go for the upgrades nice and fast? Who's going to go for double forge, weapons and armor at the same time? I have seen some players, they'll just go for single forge, and they'll just do weapons or something like that. Some players will go for the double forge, try and squeeze in 2 upgrades at the same time. And it can definitely make a difference if they manage to get that stuff going on. Oh, the Stalkers need to get the hell out of there. I don't know why they didn't blink on the other side of that force field. They went all the way around there. Should have just blinked right there. Maybe the force field was on cooldown or something. Who knows, but did not look all that good for Mr. MaNa in that location. In fact, he's lost 2 Stalkers and has not killed anything other than a single worker, which I think was just a scouting party. So not a good start for MaNa, but there's still much more game for him to show how awesome he can be in this game. So let's just see how things go. It does look like it's going to be a very slow start here. Got the robotics facility down for Mr. BlinG. And surprisingly, MaNa not really ahead on the Immortal count. Is he ahead on the Observer count? Yes. So BlinG obviously got that robotics facility down fairly fast after MaNa started building his, or it didn't seem like he did. So maybe MaNa just wasn't building the Immortals straight away. Maybe there was a gap where he wasn't building any. But it looks like they are going for a very similar playstyle. We've got the gates coming up now, a whole bunch more gateways, so we're going to be seeing a lot more play from these guys. And potentially going to be a 3rd base coming out in the next couple of minutes, I'd say. There'll probably be another sort of engagement before the 3rd base comes out, or maybe there'll be an engagement around the 3rd base as it comes out. But MaNa doing some funky stuff in here. I don't know if this is going to hold on. BlinG may scout that out. Looks like he is going to, and that's going to go down very, very fast. And we've actually got the robotics bay coming out for Mr. BlinG. So that is going to, yeah, give him a nice little advantage. Templar Archives coming out for MaNa, so he is going for Archons, I'm pretty sure. So it'll be Archons versus Colossus. And MaNa looking like he could be in a position to attack maybe a little bit earlier. Whereas BlinG, I mean, he's got to wait for the Colossus upgrades to get up, and he's got to build up a nice bunch of Colossus. I mean, one Colossus by itself doesn't do all that much to Protoss, but one Archon by itself can be quite awesome. So we'll see how it goes. MaNa definitely has the gas income. He's going absolutely mental on gas so far. So getting out High Templar, morphing them into Archons is not going to be too much of an issue. We can see 2 Archons coming out already. At least I hope they're going to be morphed into Archons. There they go. And BlinG with his very first Colossus coming out as well. Getting the Zealot legs out for BlinG, which is a nice upgrade. MaNa is getting it out as well. Very, very nice. So they're definitely playing a very, very similar playstyle, just with some minor differences. So we do have the Stargate coming out for MaNa. Not sure what that's going to be. Maybe Void Rays to counter the Colossus. Maybe Tempest to counter the Colossus. Maybe, I don't know what, but we've also got a Dark Shine. This is just going to be for some funky harassment and also for Archon production when he needs it, which I'm sure he will, but I'm sure he'll be producing some Dark Templars and then just trying to get them to do something funky before he actually morphs them into Archons. But BlinG has been pushing ahead these upgrades quite fast. You can see he's got 2-0 with 3-0 on the way. MaNa with 1-0 and 2-0 on the way. We'll see if he's going to attack before he has level 2 weapons. I would think that he'd probably wait for level 2 weapons to come up, but then again there is a bit of time, so maybe he wants to go in beforehand, but he's just sort of poking around at the moment. So would not be surprised to see him wait for those level 2 weapons before he goes on in. He does have a very, very decent amount of Immortals. BlinG only has 3, MaNa has 6, which is going to be very, very awesome for taking out the Stalkers and in pushing through and actually sniping the Colossus. May be able to do that as well. And we're actually seeing a second Stargate and a Fleet Beacon come up. It'll be very interesting to see what upgrades come out of this. I don't think he's built any air units yet. No, there we go. There's the Tempest. So he needed the Fleet Beacon to build the Tempest. Oh, and the DT. DT doing a beautiful job. Killing workers all over the place. There's another DT going over there, and MaNa is trying to pin it down. Where is his observer? It's not here yet. There it is, finally showed up. And he's still going to go down here and have a crack at this base. Workers lost is up to 10 at the moment, and BlinG using this great opportunity to have a crack down here. I'm not sure why MaNa has not moved out yet to actually have a go at defending his third base. Is a little bit worried about that Warp Prism maybe, but he has lost his Nexus, so I feel like the Nexus probably, yeah, I think he probably could have saved that. If he pushed out, he would have been a bit open on the backside. Dude, what is this Tempest doing? There's a Warp Prism there, and he was like running up against it, sort of rubbing his body all over the Warp Prism instead of just shooting it in the face. So I'm not sure what was going on there, but MaNa so far, I just do not know. I mean, he's doing some good stuff. The Tempest should be good. It should be able to take out the Colossus quite easily from a nice range. But overall, I don't know. MaNa's just not really doing it for me this game. I can't really point down a specific thing that he's done wrong other than losing that Nexus. But yeah, it's just, he's not really doing it for me this game. I mean, his income is down because he lost all those workers just before. And BlinG's army is looking very, very sweet. He does have a few Colossus. The Colossus are going to get owned by Tempest, but that doesn't necessarily mean that MaNa is going to win this engagement. I'm not sure. And we got a ton of Zealots. They got Zealot speed. The Archons are going to do a pretty good job versus the Zealots and do a lot of bio AoE damage, which should do some good stuff versus the Zealots. So it seems like MaNa has it together, but I don't know. I've just got a bad feeling about MaNa's chance. We'll see how it goes though. He definitely could do some good stuff here. We'll see if he can micro the Tempest into hitting the Colossus. Yes, going to be looking good. Taking out the Mothership Core would not be a bad idea at all. See, is he, I think he's just attack moving in here. They seem to be attacking the ground units by default. I think, no. They should be attacking the air units by default, so it's got to be that he was manually trying to hit the Archons, but yeah, I just do not know. I mean, macro-wise, MaNa is definitely on the downside here. The Archons are going to be holding off these Zealots as best they can. They're doing a fairly good job, but the Stalkers coming around the backside sniping the Tempest. They are going to run relatively close to the Immortals though, and that's going to be a lot of Stalker deaths in the next few seconds. So they do a lot of damage to the Tempest, not quite enough to destroy. Meanwhile, the Nexus has been denied again by the rest of BlinG's forces. So great job, and he's just going to fall off back. And having denied that third base, he's got to be very, very happy about that. Getting a fourth base himself. And MaNa is actually pushing forward. Damn, they do a lot of damage to those Colossus, but they are pretty damn slow. So not going to be able to take out too much here. But BlinG definitely needs to get some forces together. He did take quite a lot of losses running those Stalkers in to destroy the Tempest. He just took so much damage from all the Immortals, and that really has knocked his army back quite a bit. He's still in a decent position on the macro though. And, well, I mean, MaNa's macro has just been shot to shit at this point. So if BlinG can hold on, get some more stuff going on, he's going to be in an excellent position. That Mothership Core is a little bit far away from home. But then again, what can you expect? The Zealots going in. These Templars, man, needed to warp into an Archon, but doesn't look like it's happened. And MaNa looks like he's heading off to destroy these guys instead. The Dark Templar has actually been trapped by workers over there, and in fact got taken out by workers. So that's a very, very nice trick. Tempest almost getting taken out, but BlinG, do not fall for the same trap again. Moving your Stalkers in and absolutely getting owned by the Immortals. So looks like they kind of crashed the game in the middle, but going nuts and keeping on playing. So there we go. Stalker's going to try and do something, but not going to happen. The Tempests are a little bit better defended than they were before, so they're going to be fine, and BlinG is going to fall on back. And yeah, just see what he can do. He's starting to get a couple of Stargates. The Tempers are obviously really, really annoying him, but the amount of harassment that he's throwing at MaNa is absolutely sensational. He's doing a great job with these Zealots all over the place, destroying workers. We've got a total of 17 workers having died so far, and it's throwing MaNa a little bit off, I think, defending these guys. I don't get the feeling that he's... yeah, there's just a walk in a park for him at the moment. I think like he's definitely having some problems at the moment. So let's have a look here. The Immortal numbers are looking really good, but the Stalkers have all been bled away. The Zealots have been bled away. And the Archons getting up the front are going to be able to do a beautiful job of holding off. The Immortals are just not enough. There's way too many Stalkers, and they've got way too many upgrades. 3-1 versus these guys with 2-0, and the 1 shields as well. Very, very nice stuff, and BlinG does fall off. But these Zealots managed to take out that 4th Nexus. Thankfully, I don't think it was really doing much for BlinG, so he can afford to lose it. But it's still, you know, not something that he wanted to happen. I mean, the 4th base, definitely very nice. And I love the warp in here. Not only is it great defensively, but it actually blocks those Zealots from getting anywhere near the workers. It's like a literal wall that you're building on these guys. Meanwhile, a bunch more Zealots coming in here. They're going to take out the cannon. The Archons should be enough to take them out. Needs to get that 3rd Archon over there, though, and actually hitting those guys. So they've sort of fallen back here. But as we can see from the unit tally, BlinG is looking very, very good. He's killed a ton of workers, up to 33 at the moment. So he's been going overtime on the harassment. And army-wise, he's looking very good. But I mean, the workers say it all at the moment. MaNa is never going to recover from the pit that he is in right now. He is going to go down, and whether it's this attack that breaks him or another one in a couple of minutes, it's only a matter of time. He just can't come back. I mean, 37 versus 63, you can't come back from that much unless your opponent starts doing stupid things. And I don't think we're going to see anything stupid from BlinG right here. He's even being very, very risk-free, running in, trying to get some stuff done, but he falls back when it looks like he might get flanked. He's going to push forward a little bit, see what he can do, but I'm looking at this army, and BlinG is ready to jump back and just run for it the second that things start looking pear-shaped. So he's not going to run in and just completely get all his forces owned. He's going to be very careful, and there we go. MaNa gives the GG, and a bunch of Zealots over here. Going to take this base down for the 7th time, and that's it. Game done. Beautiful job by Mr. BlinG in that game. Very, very well played, and the harassment from BlinG, exceptional. Absolutely exceptional in this game. And my voice is starting to go, so I think I need to have dinner at this point anyway. It's 9 PM and I haven't had dinner yet. So time to get some food into me, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another game. So stay tuned for that. This has been Harry Muppet. Hope you enjoyed this game.